My people is getting hotter and hotter because I don't seem to understand what the 17 lawmakers are actually looking for. Remember, I brought to you earlier about the $1.5 billion, 1.5 billion naira that Obaseki requested for to complete some of the projects in Edo State and was approved by the lawmakers of the state. But you know what? The 17 lawmakers, the factional lawmakers, have decided to go again and hold their own meeting and says that that loan that was approved was null and void. Well, I don't know where they held their meeting or what was said, but I'll bring you details of what happened right there because I thought this issue should have been solved by now about the factional APC lawmakers, but it seems things are still getting worse and they still feel very entitled to still hold meetings and also, give their own verdict concerning what is going on in the state. Anyway, we'll see what the government says about their verdict and what went all about that. I'm very sure you are interested to hear that. But before I bring you details of all of this, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please ensure you hit the subscribe button immediately. And don't forget, this is Saffron Media, and also give this video a thumbs up. We give you trending, exciting, reliable, and authentic happenings in Nigeria and more, especially in the area of politics. And right here in Edo State, we are here live to give you everything that is going on right here. Okay, guys, without much ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. Edo 17 lawmakers meet, cancels 1.5 billion naira loan by the government. The 17 factional lawmakers of Edo State House of Assembly, led by Honorable Victor Edoro, held plenary yesterday where they said the approval given to Governor Godwin Obaseki by the other members led by Honorable Frank Okiye to obtain 1.5 billion naira loan is null and void. It called on the commercial bank being approached for the facility to decline approval. Speaking on the matters of urgent public importance, the Deputy Speaker Emmanuel Agbaje, who represents Akoko Edo II, decried the approval of the loan by an illegal gathering of dissident members in the government house who claim they have approved the sum of 1.5 billion naira for Godwin Obaseki's led government of Edo State. He said the purpose of the loan is to fund their electoral interest, adding that their election is not an official matter of the state. We as a house cannot afford to sell the future of our children. On his part, the member representing Oredo West constituency, Chris Okaeben, said he and his colleague from Oredo were embarrassed by the action of the governor. I want to apologize to the people of Edo State and all lovers of democracy for the erroneous and thus far embarrassing activities of the present governor of Edo State. The factional speaker, Edoro, asked the clerk to send clean copies of the sittings resolution to the governor of Edo State, Attorney General of the Federation, the Director General, Debt Management Office, as well as all anti-graft agencies. They also said the House has terminated the appointment of the clerk of the House, Yahaya Omogbai, who he said has been on suspension. Also announced Mr. Samuel Efezokale as the acting clerk of the House. Reacting, Okiye said responding to their action is like giving them credibility. He described them as impostors that should be investigated by the police. He said he was expecting the police to investigate them as ordered by the court for treason and felony. What they are doing remains a big joke. It is of no value before the law. Obviously, it is of no value before the law because at this point, I believe the federal power should also come into play. They should be able to have solved this. It is so unfortunate and so barbaric that a state could still be functioning with two factional House of Assembly and everyone is proving like they are on top, like every part is valid. At this point, even before the election, they should have just squashed, the factional members of the lawmakers, because when they were called on to come and be inaugurated, they felt it wasn't necessary. And right now, you can see what has happened to them. Whatever they feel does not concern anyone, and whatever meeting they are holding as it is not held in the House of Assembly and not agreed by the Speaker, the recognized Speaker of the House of Assembly, it is a joke. Because you can imagine a lot of things they said here. Is it that they become like a thorn in the flesh of the governor? Like they don't want the state to progress. That is how I see it. Because if they want the state to progress, they wouldn't be on the case of the governor at this time of, electioneering, because it's just a distraction to the governor, and you are causing more problem for the state, and not just for the state but for the people and the residents of the state. Because right now you're saying that the loan that was approved, you called on the central bank, that on the commercial bank, that the loan should not be approved, that whatever thing the speaker, that is Honorable Frank Okiye, said is null and void, that whatever loan that has been approved for the governor should not be approved to him. And he said it is really, it is of no importance that a factional lawmakers would have a say in the business of a sitting governor. If they can't solve their problem and agree with other lawmakers that are in the House of Assembly that are valid, then they should go sit somewhere. Whatever thing that is pushing them to feel like they are bona fide member of the House of Assembly, they should rather get it out of their hearts and rather descend low or become humble and join others in the House of Assembly. Because right now they call the governor all sort of name and saying that is an embarrassment, that why would the governor be requesting for such a loan. I remembered when he requested for this loan, they said he wanted to use this loan to rig the election, and now because they felt, okay, it seems this loan is still going to go through, let us hold another meeting to make this loan null and void. And they've gone ahead, and it seemed like the state does not even have a government, like a federal government, that can preside or talk over these things. Like the Senate House is not there, the Federal House of Representative is not there to even handle this case. Now they believe they have the federal might, and they are saying they are writing to Attorney General of the Federation, they are writing to this, they are writing to that. It is totally uncalled for. I believe people like this should be shunned totally. No one should listen to them. Just because they have the backing of the Attorney General of the Federation doesn't mean they should care less about what goes on in the state. It is still their state, and they should be wise enough to handle things. Now some of the lawmakers are saying that what the governor did is embarrassing, and it is so unfortunate that at this point people do not really have regard for authorities. But all the same, they, since it's a faction, they have reasons why they have to do all of this. But I wouldn't say much about this. But guys, whatever you think, what's your opinion about this, please drop it in the comment section. I really want to hear from you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.